Willie D Live.
What's up, family? The UN has passed a resolution naming the transatlantic slave trade as the greatest crime against humanity. And check this out, family. The resolution on the transatlantic slavery, supported by 123 countries, was a big deal. Guess what country did not vote in favor of the resolution? I'll give you a clue. There were three. Two are at war with Iran. Ding, 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 ding. You guessed it, fam. Israel and the United States voted against the resolution. They say it wasn't the greatest crime against humanity. But check this out. They also voted against reparations, Israel and the United States and Argentina. Israel, United States, and Argentina. See, that lets you know where you stand, fam. That lets you know where you stand. So all that hooping and hollering you're doing, and God bless America, and singing and all that kind of stuff, man, they don't like you like that. They don't care about you like that. They don't care about your ancestors like that. Yeah. They had 123 countries that voted in favor of the resolution. That's number one, recognizing it as the greatest crime against humanity. And then two, calling for reparations. Only 3 countries voted against the resolution: United States, Israel, and Argentina. Here's a story, fam. Here it is right here. This is Al Jazeera. UN passes resolution naming slave trade gravest crime against humanity. That's what the setup looked like. A United Nations resolution proposed by Ghana to recognize transatlantic slavery as the greatest crime against humanity and calling for reparations has been adopted despite pushback from Europe and the United States. Europe and the United States, the pushback. At a UN General Assembly vote on Wednesday, 123 countries supported the resolution, which is not legally binding but carries political weight, while 3 opposed it, including the United States, Israel, and 52 abstained, meaning that they decided we're not going to even vote on it. We're going to play both sides against the middle. But those 52 included the United Kingdom and European Union countries. Ghana said the resolution was needed because the consequences of slavery, which saw at least 12.5 million Africans abducted and sold between the 15th and 19th centuries, persist today, including racial disparities. Ghana's president, John Dramani Mahama, a key architect of the resolution, said the resolution's passing was a route to heal and reparative justice. The adoption of this resolution serves as a safeguard against forgetting. Let it be recorded that when history beckoned, we did what was right for the memory of the millions who suffered the indignity of slavery. So these people really don't care about you, fam. So you be all in a rush to go visit these countries, these other certain countries you're in a rush to go visit. Be careful out there, fam, because these people care nothing about you. You waving the flag, you supporting this and supporting that, and you running off to go to war and fight. Let me tell you something, fam. Boy, when I got in my late teens, boy, I really started waking up I started waking up. I was reading books left and right. I was reading. I was talking to my elders. I was actually talking to veterans of the Vietnam War, and they were telling me how they were treated better in Vietnam by the Vietnamese, who they were there to kill, than they were by their own countrymen. They were treated better. In fact, many of them stayed in Vietnam. They went back, they returned to Vietnam because they befriended people. They was like, they realized that they were there fighting an unjust war. They were fighting an unjust war. And they came back here and they were called the N-word. They were sometimes brutalized by the police. They were denied loans to buy homes. They were denied loans to buy land. They were not denied jobs. They were denied basic human dignity. Yeah. So anyway, fam, if slavery is not, this is what I would ask any of these so-called U.S. representatives who voted against the resolution. If slavery is not the greatest human tragedy, if slavery is not, what is? If it's not the greatest crime against humanity, what is? Name something. There's nothing that remotely comes close to slavery. We're talking about U.S. slavery primarily, slavery in the U.S., but also in Britain. Let's not forget them. Let's not forget them. You know, them or they. Remember, these Europeans, these people that settled in the United States, they came from Europe. Yeah, they came from Europe. Europe sent us their worst. They sent us their worst. They didn't send us their best. They sent us their worst. And that's who terrorized this country and who has continued to terrorize this country for hundreds of years. Let's call it what it is, fam. I had somebody the other day tell me, they jumped on, somebody was in the comments, asked me, why am I so angry? Why am I so angry? My question is, why are you not angry? Why are you not so angry? Look, and I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to all of y'all that claim to be loving, compassionate people. All y'all who think you're good, you're a good person. I'm a good person. I'm good. Yeah, especially you Christians. I'm talking to all of y'all. You Muslims too. I'm talking to y'all too. You Christians and you Muslims. I'm talking to all of y'all. You claim to be so loving, so compassionate. God is God. But your actions say something else. So you tell me, what other great crime compares to slavery? Hundreds of years of slavery, and then some. After slavery, slavery continued with the prison system. Just go around, find a group of black people, just grab them, just snatch them off the street, just go put them in prison, put a crime on them. You murder somebody, that's a life sentence. Just like they lied on Martin and who was that? Eddie Murphy in life. They just lie on you, say you killed somebody and give you a life sentence. That's real, fam. That was happening then, and it's happening right now. It's still happening. They go snatch off, especially when you're talking about dealing with people who don't have resources. They don't have the money. Think about it, fam, how easy it would be for them to just go snatch up some dude in a poor community, but especially in these small towns where resources are extremely scarce. Think about what I'm saying, fam. Just snatch a dude up off the street. His mama ain't got no money, dad ain't got no money. He's probably undereducated, don't know how to fight, the system. You're going to do that time. Whatever time they give them, 10 years, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50. And these judges, these uncivilized mutts, these judges and these DAs, you uncivilized mutts. But before they can get to the judge and the DA, who putting the cuffs on? It's a cold game, fam. Yeah. I would easily say that slavery, the transatlantic slave trade, was the greatest crime against humanity. Easy. And nothing comes close. But the people who don't want to acknowledge that are the main people who want to make sure that they keep their foot on the collective necks of Black people. So when somebody say that they're against reparations, I don't care how they try to justify it. I already know what kind of person I'm dealing with. I don't care what they say. I don't care who their friends are, who they've seen in pictures with. If they say they're against reparations, if they downplay slavery, I already know what type of person I'm dealing with. It's a person who is demonic. It's a person that I would not trust. And that's irregardless of skin color. Because there's a whole lot of them out there that look darker than me, that'll straight up tell you, oh, it wasn't that bad, man, it wasn't hard. They'll tell you in a heartbeat. It's a whole lot of them out there that say, yeah, we don't need reparation. I don't need nobody to give me nothing. I can go out there and get it. It ain't for you, fool. It's for the ancestors. It's payback. It's payback for our ancestors. Now, you don't give a damn about yours. That's you. Boy, some of our people, man, good Lord, what happened, man? I can't even imagine a person brain thinking like that. Somebody that's a descendant of slaves. I can't even imagine the disrespect. Just think about it, fam. What would the ancestors want? Would the ancestors say, hey, don't even worry about it, man. Look, that was a long time ago. I've been dead for 200 years. That's a long time ago. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just leave it up to God. Just gone. Or what the ancestors say. Yeah, get it and then some. Get all you can get. Get all you can get from them low down, dirty muck. Yeah, that's a debt owed. And it's a debt that need to be collected. And it's a debt that ain't gonna be forgiven. You mark my words, it's a debt that's going to be paid one day, one way or another. No more talk.